Hello, third graders. In this video, we're going to learn how to write fractions in word form. So how do we write fractions in word form? We know how to write numbers in word form, such as 132. We can write that in word form, but now can we write a fraction in word form? And the answer is yes. And you'll see how we go about doing that. First, I drew this cookie, and I broke up the cookie into 4 equal parts. That's why we have the denominator as 4. And I shaded the part that I have in red, and that's why we have a numerator as 1, 1/4. Now, how do we write that in word form? Well, we always start with the numerator first when writing fractions. Just exactly how we say 1/4. We start with 1. All right. So the numerator always goes first, and it's exactly how it sounds. We write it exactly how it sounds, 1/4. And now, how do we spell fourth, though? So let me put a little hyphen here to separate the numerator and denominator. And then let's go ahead and write fourth. Okay. Now let's take a closer look at this. 1 represents this red one right here, which is the numerator. I'm writing it kind of small. That's okay. And the fourth, this word fourth, is representing the denominator on the bottom there. That's an M. Sure. Okay. So we have the numerator is written first, then the denominator. Now this little mark here in between the 1/4 is called a hyphen. So I'll actually write it up here. That's a hyphen. It combines these two parts. So that's how we write a fraction in word form. But let's take a look at another example. Let's take 3/4, for example. Let me go ahead and shade my 3 parts that I'm considering. And now I can write a fraction. 3. What's going to be the denominator? Yes, you got it. 4. Because we have 4 equal parts. So 3/4. You might want to pause the video right now and see if you can write it in word form already. It's going to look surprisingly similar to 1/4. We're going to do another example down here that's going to be a little different. But 1/4, 3/4. Let's see how we write 3/4. And if you thought about it, just like this example, we write our numerator first. 3. Just how we say it. Put a little hyphen there. And I'm going to write 4 plus my TH. Wait a minute. 3/4. I say this fraction 3/4. There needs to be an S on the end. Now, in the bridge, I asked you, why do we put the S on the end? Well, let's look at these two examples. Here, we only see one of the 4 equal parts. Here we see 3. 1 is singular. 3 is plural. So this S on the end, right here, actually represents the plural form of fourth, a fourth. So I'm going to just write it like this, plural, so you don't forget. So that S is telling us that we have more than just one part. We have 3/4. Okay, let's go ahead and take another example. Let's take an 1/8. Let's do an 1/8. Look at that cookie. Beautiful cookie. Not totally equal, but when we're dealing with fractions, we should have equal parts. Just Mr. Manley's not very good at drawing circles. So let's go ahead and take 6/8. Let's color in 6 equal parts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's go ahead and write the fraction. 6. What's the denominator going to be? I actually just told you, but yeah, you can guess it right now. And it is 8. It is 8 because we have 8 equal parts total. Now, let's go ahead and try to write it in word form. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can do it too. So, as you probably have written down already, we do write the numerator first, and the way we say it is 6/8. So we just write 6. And now we write the second part, or the denominator, and that's going to be 8ths. 8ths. Do you see that we have 8 here, and then we just add on the remaining letters that we need? Well, okay, that's how we write 6/8 in word form. Now I want to do one more thing before we finish here. And I want you to notice the TH. The TH on the end of each one of these denominators. The TH right here, the TH right here, and the TH right here. Now, actually, you spell 8 with a T, but we're not going to put 2 T's to spell eighths. So each word is going to have a TH on the end. Well, most of the fractions are going to have a TH on the end of the denominator. So these are the things to look out for. When you're writing a fraction in word form, think about it. Do I say this with a TH ending? 1/4. Then I just spell 4, then put a TH on the end. And also, do I say this fraction with an S on the end? 3/4. I do have an S on the end. So those are things to consider when writing fractions in word form.